Okay, good day everyone, and welcome to this video. And in this video I'll be showing you I'll just be doing a run through of the daily flow for you, show you each pages and what they do, how to start using it, and how to get comfortable with the app. So right now this is where you get shown immediately you log in. This is like a dashboard. So the next thing for you to do is come to your ad section. So ad section is one of the sections you work with, one of the pages you'll be working with constantly, because that's where you add your income, your expenses. So this app is a financial journal, and it helps you to track all your spending. So the way you spend money, the way you earn money, you want to track everything, you want them documented, so you can always refer back to it. Okay, this month I did so, I did so. So let's just get right into it. So you come to your ad sections to add your either an expenses or an income. So I'll just be adding an income for the first time. So let's say I earn 500k, 1 2 3 on freelancing. So let's say I can choose freelancing, I can choose salary, I can choose bonus, I can choose business. You can choose wherever. It can be investment, you can choose wherever income category you had, or create an income category. So you can come to add new and create an income category. Let's say wages, maybe you're earning wages. Now let's create what you want and just choose it. So it looks like this, and you click it, you see wages is being shown here now. But I'm not going to go with that. I'm just going to go freelancing. I choose freelancing. After choosing freelancing, you just choose the date. So let's work back date. So I'll just say I earned this money on the 20th of February, and I can just add that. So once you add that, you see it's now showing on my dashboard. Okay, my dashboard is in dollars currently. Well, I'm not earning in dollars though, but I can come to settings and change that to naira, or change it to whatever currency symbol you want to use. So back to the home button now, and to the home page. So this is my home page. You see now monthly overview. Now the dashboard gets interactive the more you go. So the next thing I'll add, let me just add another expenses to demonstrate. So let's say I spend 5,000 naira on transport almost every day. I can just choose transport and choose the day I spent that amount. So let's say I spent it on the 20th of February. I had that, and you see my expenses is now 5,000 naira. I can come, let's say I ate dinner, I ate that day. 1 2 3. So sometimes I don't eat, so we fast. It's good to fast. Okay, so for food now I can just say I spent 10,000 naira on food, and I choose the day, let's say 20th of February, and you click that, you add the expenses. So you see now expenses are 15,000 naira. So you can see your spending categories, the percentage of money you spent on that certain category, and all these informations are available to you. So the next thing, I can still keep going, adding different expenses like that. Keep on adding. So let's say I went for shopping and I spent like 20,000 naira or 25,000 naira on shopping, just maybe groceries or toiletries, just buying some basic things I need. And I can just choose the dates to be, let's say I spent this on a Saturday, 21st of February, and just add that transaction. Now you see, it's my expenses are now 40,000 naira, and showing me a category of spending, how much I've spent, and all this information is available to me. So the next page I'll be talking about is the history page. So history is all transactions that you record. You can easily see them in this history. Now the next thing is reoccurring. While I was making video for people in the group, I actually didn't talk about it. I told them I was going to talk about it on another video. So I'll be talking about it here. And what this does is that it helps you to conveniently record a particular transaction that keeps occurring frequently. So let's just demonstrate. So let's say you have an expenses that you spend all the time. It's frequent. It's something you just spend. It's frequent. So you can just choose the category. So let's say transport. Your transport might be frequent. You take transport to work every day. So I can set expenses category to be transport. I can set the amount. So let's say you spend 5,000 naira on transport every day. You can also name it, is optional, but I'll just go with, I don't need to name it. Then you can choose the how frequent the transaction is. So it can be monthly, weekly, daily, yearly, depending on what it is. So I'm just going to go with daily, because transportation is daily for me, and I spend 5,000 on it. So the first recurring date is going to be the first time you want these expenses to record itself. And the point of making this video is March 31st. So the next time I want this transaction to occur will be 1st of April. That'll be tomorrow. So I just click first recurring date to be 1st of April. Now this end date will be optional. If you don't want this transaction, if you don't want this recurring rule to end, it will be just leave it blank. But let's say you want it to end, there is a particular date you stop making that transaction, then you can just put in the date here. But this transaction for now has no end. Then you can just create rule or clear rule. Now this auto create is something interesting also. So you can leave this auto create on, If you leave it on, the transaction will automatically create itself. But if you leave it off, it's going to ask you every time before it auto create itself. So I'm going to be leaving it on so it can just create itself. Or yeah, I'm just going to be leaving it on. So I create rule. So once I create rule, you see 5,000 naira daily in transport daily, 5,000 naira daily. The next time this is on auto, you can see it's on auto. You can edit it. So let's say I off this auto, it will tell me ask. It will ask me. So tomorrow, before it creates itself, it's going to ask me that do I still want to create this transaction, and I will either click yes or no. So you can see it in upcoming on your dashboard that this transaction is coming up tomorrow. So that is what the occurring page is all about. Now the savings part is quite interesting. This piggy bank, what it does is it tracks your savings and it helps encourage good saving habits. So you can anytime you save, let's say I out of my 500k that I earned this month, last month, I want to save like 10% of it, 50%. So I just click on savings. Once I click on savings, I can choose the date I saved the amount. So I see 25 last month, and I can just add the expenses. So you see, piggy bank on dashboard is already showing 50,000 naira, and you can come back to your savings to see. You see, it's tracking it. So that's 50,000 naira this year. This month I've not saved this month, so you can see all that. Then the interesting part again is that you can create a savings goal. So let's say I want to save towards a particular project. When I was doing this project, I actually saved up some amount of money. But I so let's say you want to do a project, you can just say okay, new phone or new project. Okay, let me say new phone. You want to get a new phone now, and you have a target amount you want to hit. So let's say the phone you want to buy is 350k. 1, 2, 3. You can just write the targeted amount. If you have a current amount, let's say you have a current amount in hand. So let's say you have 50,000 naira in hand. You can just add that. But if you don't have any money at hand, you can just leave it zero and choose whatever color you want. So I just go yellow, I go green, then create it. So now you see this new phone and savings goal has been created. And the interesting part is that you can keep tracking all the amount you save towards this particular goal. So if you come to your ad section and you say, let's say 20,000 naira, 1, 2, 3, and I click on the savings. Once you click on savings, it will show you this option, which is add to a savings goal. Is optional because you already have a savings goal, right? So you can click this drop down and it will show you all the savings goal you have. So you see the new phone savings goal we just created is right here, and I can click on that and choose the month or the day I saved towards that. So let's say 26th of February, and I have that. Now my savings total will change to about 70,000 naira. You see, it's counting, and that's 70,000 naira. Now when I come back to savings goal, 20,000 naira of that money will go to the new phone because I saved 20,000 towards getting a new phone. So that's what this helps you to do. It helps you to track the amount of money you save towards a particular goal. So the next thing to talk about is the setting, and the setting is here. You can just see your profile, the Gmail, then you can add a display name. So mine, I just went with Believe, and then if you come to your dashboard, you see it's good morning Believe. It's greeting me good morning. Then you can set a pin. So you can only set a pin. So for when we get the app registered, and you can just download it locally to your phone, you need a pin. So you can just set a pin, and you can choose when you want the pin to lock, 1 minute, 5 minutes, depending on what you want to. Just set this off. The next thing is the appearance. I'm a fan of that team, so I'm just going to go that team. Then choose. So you can choose so many colors. You can choose different colors. You have so many colors that you can just work with. Then I'll just go with one. Then after that, you can choose currencies. I've talked about that before. So you can choose whatever currency you want your journal to show you. You can choose that. The next thing you can do is your export and report. So this is very important. Let's say, well, for now it's free, but you can choose to export reports in PDF or in Excel version depending on what you want. So let me just demonstrate what it looks like. So let's download a PDF version of report. So this is what it looks like. Now you can see all this information available to you. So at one glance, once you download this, you can just take a look at it. Okay, 60% of my income went to my savings. Shopping was 22.7%. You can see all this information is available to you, and that's what it looks like. So you can also download Excel, and it will give you an Excel that looks just like that also, but I'll be showing us that. Then you can also download data using this button. So you can download all your data in JSON format. So people that do code and do stuff like that will probably understand that more. Now this clear all data is if you want to delete all your data, you want to clear everything at once, you can just come here and clear data and click OK. It's going to clear all the transactions and every data about this particular account. I'm not going to be doing that. So to know more about your data and privacy, you can always come to privacy and policy to check. So your data is saved and backed up by Firebase. Nobody has access to it from any backend whatsoever. It's safe, and I can't even I myself can't even access anybody's data. So that's the way it works. And you can just read more about it too. Then log out whenever you are done. You can just log out or choose to stay logged in, and maybe probably just lock the app. So I can just lock it like this and log in whenever I want to log in. So that's basically a run through of all the things you need to know about Daily Flow for now. We're still in the current testing 30 days what is the testing phase. After that, we'll be looking to register the app and get it so you can download it locally on your phone, whether iPhone or Android, depending, and then you can use it from your phone directly. But right now, all we need is your feedback: what you like, what you don't like, what interests you, what you think, and that feature you think you can add. Maybe something you like to be on the app and it's not yet on the app, so you can give us all that feedback. And please, all feedback are welcome, both good, bad, anyone. Just give us your feedback. Let's understand you better and know how this app can serve you better. So that'll be all on this video. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next.